Hello everybody and welcome to our channel. We continue the series of videos about the comparison of an adult Aboriginal Central Asian sheep herds, or as they are called in their homeland in Tajikistan, Sagi Dahmarda, Sagi Chuponi or Sagi Tochiki, and factory Central Asian sheep herds raised in kennels. In the first and second parts of this discussion, we talked about natural selection, which is one of the main reasons for such a huge difference between Aboriginal and modern cats. We also gave examples of how it is possible and necessary to adhere to at least some aspects of natural selection during the factory cultivation of Central Asian shepherd dogs. You can watch this video now by clicking on a hint on the card in the upper right corner or by following the link that we will leave in the description to this video. Also, in the previous series of videos about the difference between the puppies of Aboriginal and factory cats, we talked about excess nutrition of factory puppies. You can now watch this video by clicking on the card in the upper right corner or by following the link in the description. Now let's take a visual look at the figures that will show us the huge difference in weight between Aboriginal Central Asian sheep herds and factory ones. So in the past videos about comparing puppies, we talked about the fact that an Aboriginal puppy at the end of the first month of its life weighed from 3 to 4 kilograms and adds the same amount every month. Our last 4 liters from our Aboriginal dogs prove this information. We weigh our puppies and keep records, and so we constantly observe that this is exactly the weight that we had. So let's assume that we have an Aboriginal puppy girl and she weighs 3 kilograms by the first month, plus adds the same amount monthly. Thus, in 2 months, it will weigh 6 kilograms, and in 3 months, it will weigh 9 kilograms. So let's look at what is happening in factory breeding. In 2 months, females weigh 23 kilograms, which is 4 times more than Aboriginal. And we look at the eggs and see a weight of 27 kilograms in 3 months. Well, let's move on to comparing the weight of an adult Central Asian shepherd. So now you see our male Taj, he weighed 40 kilograms at the age of 2 years. And now at the age of 11, his weight is about 44 kilograms and he feels really great, active, performs his main security function well, and also holds the first place in our dog pack. For those who is interested to see how a Central Asian shepherd dog should look at 11, go now to the hint on the card in the upper right corner or follow the link in the description to this video. And now let's go back to factory breeding. And now you see a puppy of factory breeding. The age is a little more than 1 month. The weight is more than 10 kilograms. And then something like this dog grows up and weighs more than 70 kilograms. What surprises us is the fact that the presence of a huge weight in both puppies and adult factory cats for many people is a reason for pride. It's like a goal that they have achieved. But guys, let's keep to logic. There's a separate kind of animals that are specially grown with a maximum weight gain in order to eat it later. Well, you're not going to eat your dog. Why do you feed it like for slaughter? Unfortunately, many kennels and breeders, in the struggle of the desire to sell faster and more expensive, have stopped thinking about the animals themselves, which they sell, as well as about future owners who will get such an overweight animal. And they don't think at all about how the owner will soon suffer, so is the dog. But the law of economics say that demand creates supply. In other words, people want a huger and fluffier dog by themselves. And until people begin to understand that nature created an ideal Aboriginal dog, and it's a completely different dog to what most people used to see. And the main points that must be in priority, not big size, but good health, hardy, not whimsical, and long-lived parents, then kennels will have to think about what kind of dogs they will offer to their potential customers. So stay tuned and leave a comment please, and like if you do. Also, please share as much as possible.